Today, we are going to learn how to use repeated reasoning to find all the factors for a number. I waited to do this lesson because I wanted to make sure you understood the divisibility rules to help you. Let's look at the question. A city park is opening. The gardener needs to select 15 trees from a nursery and plant the trees in a rectangular array. We want to know what are all the different ways the gardener can plant the tree. So, can you look for a general method to solve this problem? We know that there are 15 trees to plant. So we need to find all the possible factors of 15 that can be arranged in a rectangular array. Looking down at part C, we know that the factors for 15 are 1 and 15 and 15 and 1. So they can have one row of 15 trees or 15 trees of 1. 2 is not going to be a factor because 15 is not even. 3 is going to be a factor because if we add up 1 plus 5, we get 6. And we know that 6 is a multiple of 3, or that 3 is a factor of 6. So 3 times 5 is 15, and 15 times 3 is 5. So they can also plant 3 rows of 5 or 5 rows of 3. 4 is not a factor because it is not even. So we already found 5, and there are no other factors. So the gardener has 4 different ways to plant the trees. 1 row of 15, 15 rows of 1, 5 rows of 3, and 3 rows of 5. Let's look down at the convince me. It says that the diagram shows all the factor pairs for 24. We want to use the diagram to justify the conclusion that when factor pairs start repeating, you know you have found all the factors. They have used the rainbow method here, and they have started with 1 and 24. Well, we know 24 is even, so 2 is going to be a factor, and 2 times 12 is 24. If we add 2 plus 4 together, we get 6. And since 3 is a factor of 6, we know that 3 is going to be a factor. And 3 times 8 is 24. 4 is also going to be a factor because 4 goes into 24. So 4 times 6 is 24. 5 is not going to be a factor. And since we've already used 6, we know that there will be no more factors. Let's do the guided practice together. Miss Maribel wants to arrange the 20 desks in her classroom into rows with the same number of desks in each row. She wants at least 2, but no more than 8 rows. So first of all, we need to find out what are the factor pairs of 20 and explain how you know you have found them all. So let's use our divisibility rules in our rainbow method. We're going to start with 1 and 20. We know that 20 is even, so 2 is going to be a factor, and I know 2 times 10 is 20. 3 is not going to be a factor because 2 plus 0 is 2, and 3 times nothing is 2. 4 is going to be a factor, and I know 4 times 5 is 20. Since we've got 2 5 and we do not need to go on to 6, 7, or 8 because we already know that they are not going to be factors of 20. We now have all of our factors. So the different ways she could arrange the desks, it says that she wants at least 2, but no more than 8 rows. So 1 row of 20 will not work. 2 rows of 10 would work. 4 rows of 5 would work. 5 rows of 4 would work. She does not want any more than 10 or than 8, So 10 rows of 2 would not work and 20 rows of 1 would not work. These are the only ways she could arrange the desks. Go ahead and do problem 383 on your own, and when you are done, come show me and I will pair you up with someone to do the problem on the next page.